Hey guys, it's Justin back in your microbiology laboratory, and this time we're going to check the results of our sim media tests that we inoculated, and we let these grow for 48 hours at 37 Celsius, and we're here to check the results. So now remember, the sim media tests for motility, it tests for hydrogen sulfide production, and also we're going to do a test for the presence of indole using a certain Kovacs reagent here. So I'm going to walk you through on how to do that. But before we do anything to the tubes and we just look, our gram-positive in the sim media, you don't see any black precipitate here, so it's negative for hydrogen sulfide production. Also, I can see the straight line that remember I did a stab inoculation with this into the media, and our microbe does not swim or swarm in this media, because if it did, you'd see it diffusing away from the midpoint here and showing its ability to be able to be a swimmer or a swarmer in media. So that gives you some indication on some of the cellular characteristics that it is not motile in this media. So that would be a negative test for motility. It would be a negative result for hydrogen sulfide production. So now what we're going to do is drip some of this reagent here onto the top of our tube and look for a color change. That will tell us if it's positive or negative for the presence of indole. So how you do that, these are just little prepared ampules, and what I'm going to do is squeeze this. You can hear that cracking. That's a little glass ampule on the inside of this tube, and squeezing it and cracking it like that is going to allow it to drip out of here. So I'm just going to remove the cap here and drip some of this indole right onto the top of the tube. And now we'll let it sit and see if there's a color change. If there's no change at all, it would be negative, but if it turns a pink or a red color, it will be positive. So we'll let that sit. Okay. So now we're going to look at our gram-negative, and here you can see a black precipitate in the media here. So that is a positive test result for hydrogen sulfide production, and you can see that it has diffused from the center. Okay, so that's a positive result for motility. And we're going to do the same thing with the indole reagent here and drip some on top of the media and look for a color change. I do about 4 or 5 drops. Let it spin around a little bit. We'll let that sit and see if there's a color change there. Okay, going back to our gram-positive, there is no color change. So this is pretty much a negative all the way around for this type of media. So negative for motility, negative for hydrogen sulfide production, and negative for indole. Okay, now this, I can see some pink there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll add a little more reagent. Maybe we can get a better contrast here. But I do see a color change. I'm just going to add the rest of this reagent so there's enough for you guys to see. Okay, so hopefully you can see a little pink color there. Maybe, yeah. Okay, so this one is positive all the way around. So this gram-negative microbe is positive for motility, positive for hydrogen sulfide, and positive for the presence of indole because of the color change there at top. And so from here, you're going to note all your results and let those guide you to further identify your unknown microbes.